Hey everybody, it's Amanda from Jupiter Rising. I know I'm a couple days late, but does time really exist right now anyways? Alright, we're going to do our full moon in Libra reading, see where we're at physically, mentally, and where we should direct our actions to for the next 2 weeks till the new moon. Just get some shuffling. How is the moon for everybody? I know it was a potent moon. Like, I'd gotten no fucking sleep a couple days before, and like the day after, it was up in my fucking business, and I didn't like it. All right. As always, like, I don't know if I ever show this, but I always have this blue kyanite wand with me when I do my readings. Kyanite is my favorite stone of all time. All right. Let's go for it. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands in reverse for the physical position, which is saying that for the next 2 weeks we should expect some indecisiveness. A lot of our surroundings feel very threatened and very like unsafe, unfamiliar, so we're indecisive about where we need to go or the things that we need to be planning for, like making sure you have enough groceries, but you don't know if you should buy for 1 week or 2. Like, you're being indecisive about whether you should relax and allow yourself time to rest, or if you should feel obligated to be productive, which I know a lot of us do right now, and it's okay to not be productive, but just, if you're going to make a decision, stick to it. But it's going to be pretty hard for the next 2 weeks, and everything fluctuates day by day. I know this entire thing is like a physical roller coaster for a lot of us. Like, there's a terrifying moment when you like cough or sneeze and you're like, okay. And then you're like, no, I'm fine. And then, no, I'm not fine. And then it goes up and down all day. And then you're worried about the people that you love. Are they okay? Are they feeling all right? Like, it's a constant up and down roller coaster for our physical bodies right now that really are feeling stuck in these modes of like, you can't like choose any path. So you're just stuck in a wheel of indecisiveness right now. With our minds, the next 2 weeks are going to be a little bit rough, I'm gonna say, for like our mental positions. It's the 10 of Cups in reverse, which is, we're feeling defeated, and that really ties in with the physical like card for our position that we're in, is being stuck in this like realm of indecisiveness. Really can start to weigh on your mental health as well, and some of us have great coping mechanisms, some of us don't. However you're dealing is however you're dealing. I mean, just be happy with yourself for trying. And it's hard to keep the rose-colored like glasses on the whole time. And that's okay for the next 2 weeks. Like, if you want to feel sad, if you want to cry about it, if it's just getting too overwhelming, but just remember to reach out for support as well, because it's hard to feel like that alone. So don't let this mental kind of just feeling of defeat and like everything sucks really take over too much for the next 2 weeks. And we have to make sure that we're following these like physical positions and the mental position with where we need to be directing our actions. And directing our actions for the next 2 weeks, like, this card is mostly about what we can do to either enhance or fight against the cards that I just read. So for actions, we're looking at the 9 of Cups in reverse, which is saying that if like now is not the time to like be indulgent or frivolous with the things that you have, and I'm talking physical, mental, or like monetary currency, your physical energy or your mental strength or your actual fucking coins that you have. Don't be, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, over exuberant. Don't go nuts and wild, because it's like, you're just gonna play more into those feelings of indecision and strife. You know, the more that you are indulgent in trying to put something on as a mask to get rid of this trauma that we're in right now, like it's better to just sit with it than to try to hide it, if that makes any kind of sense. You know, it's there's a word for it and I can't think of the word right now, but it's basically you're just like masking your trauma with something else to cover it up because you don't want to pay attention to it, even though it's there and it's happening and it needs to be taken care of and nurtured. And like, and by trauma, nurturing your trauma, I don't mean like literally, I mean like you need to nurture yourself through this trauma. And it's just best if right now we can kind of allow our feelings to feel and be there and be present in your bodies right now without trying to pretend you're in a different state of mind than you really are. Be open, be transparent right now, but don't be overindulgent and try to bypass your own feelings. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Don't bypass your own feelings that you're in right now for the next 2 weeks, because it's really just not going to do you any good in the long run to not sit with how you feel. And it's a privilege to get to do that. I mean, it's like, I'm not saying everybody can just sit in their trauma, but if you can sit with these feelings right now and sit with your emotions, it's going to prove to be a good thing for this moon cycle right now. I mean, Libra is all about balance itself anyways, right? So it's really coming down to like a shadow work aspect at this point. Like, you need to balance those feelings of happiness and the upright 10 of cups, where you're like celebrating the good things you're doing, the progress you're making. But then on this other half, there is this dark side to it. And it really makes me think of like the scales of Anubis, where it's like you're weighing your heart against a feather, and like the feather is supposed to be like, you know, purity and like joy and living your life without any guilt, but then your heart is weighed down on the other side, and you need to find that equal balance between like, you know, being present in both of your actions, being present in your negative feelings and actions, and being present in your positive ones as well, so you can find that balance and operate in the middle. And know that things are not always one or the other. And for the next 2 weeks, it's really going to be about balancing your own battle inside of yourself. And it's like, you know, we're battling all this on the outside, but now we're stuck inside with ourselves. And people are making it seem like it's horrible to be with yourself. And like, if it's horrible to be with yourself, I get you. I live with an anxiety disorder. I hate being around myself sometimes. But it's so important to find the balance for the next 2 weeks of like, you know, accepting your feelings. Because if we don't do that, we're going to come out on the other side of this fucked up. We're going to be fucked up. I mean, we're going to be fucked up no matter what. I'm not even trying to bypass that right there. It's going to be fucked up. But if you can keep your head on straight, try to. I commend you. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'm going to put this video up on YouTube as well. If you want to go, click the link in my bio. It'll bring up some stuff. Go to YouTube, subscribe. Thank you so much. Leave a comment. Let's discuss these cards below. Tell me how you feel about it. Have a great day. I know I'm a couple days late, so technically this counts as my new YouTube video I was supposed to put out yesterday. And for the full moon. Time doesn't exist anymore. Who knows?